going to be the tutorial that's going to show you how to make this fans in a row shawl. And for this tutorial, you're going to need, I used 3 of these. I bought 3 and I used all 3, so I don't have any to show you, but it's this exact same kind of yarn, which is the 55% cotton and 45% acrylic. It's 100 grams or 3.53 ounces, and it's 330 meters long or 361 yards. So this has got quite a bit of yarn in this one little skein. And like I said, I used 3 full ones. So if you're going to want to have a, you know, a wider scarf that may go past your butt or something, then maybe get 4 to be on the safe side. So anyway, like I said, I used complete 3 of these, and this yarn is also 3 ply for the US and 8 ply for Australia. And I also used a 5mm hook or a size H hook. So go ahead and grab those items and let's get started. Okay, so this shawl is 55 by 27.5 inches or 140 by 70 centimeters. So if you're looking for something longer, then remember you can increase how long it is by 16. The multiples of the stitch is 16 plus 2. So if you want to make it longer, just do it in sets of 16, 16, 16 until you got it the desired length, and then you will add 2 and begin. It's very important also that you chain loosely, because if you don't, the beginning chain will not be like loose like this, for instance. Here it is. How everything is like uniform and everything, because I did loosely here. If you did it too tight, this part here would start tightening up like this, and this wider part of the stitch would be much bigger, so it would be like that, and the beginning stitch chain would be like this, and you have kind of a diagonal thing going. So it's not good. You definitely want to make sure that you watch your tension on your beginning chain. And how I did that, let me get just a little bit closer for you. I don't want to get too close. People complain they can't see what I'm doing. Okay, so what you do is I just pull up and then I chain, giving myself a much larger chain. But don't do it too like that. Don't make it too loose. Try to keep it about that much. Just try to keep it as uniform as you can, but keep it loose, because you do not want it to pull, but you also don't want it to be too loose either. So I'm just going to do my best by pulling up, chaining. And when you do this for, 20 or 30 times, you're going to get used to it and you'll be able to do it much quicker pace. So at the beginning chain for this shawl that you see here, I did a chain of 178 total. Like I said, you can adjust it by 16 stitches. But for the purposes of this tutorial, I'm just going to make a small section for you. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I will see you back here when you get done making your chain of 178. Okay, so once you've got your chain completed, we're ready to start the stitch pattern. So what you're going to do is single crochet in the second chain from the hook. And I'm only going to the top loop. So you could go under 2, leaving 2 at the top and 1 at the bottom. But I'm going to only be going through the top loop of the stitch, leaving the rest of the 2 at the bottom. So I'm going to go in and do a single crochet. Then I'm going to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. Then you want to skip 2 stitches. 1, 2. And then the third stitch, put a single crochet. Then you want to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. and skip 2 stitches again. So 1 and 2. In the third, put a single crochet. Then again, you want to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but this time you want to skip 3 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, and in the fourth, put a single crochet. This whitest part here, where you skip the 3 stitches, is going to be your middle stitch. So the middle stitch, and then you'll have your other 2 on the other side exactly the same. So the one beside it is chain 5, and you skip 2 stitches, and then the very last one will always be the chain 3, skip 2 stitches. You'll get used to it as you go, but it's important to know that this is the middle of the wave. So we're just going to be repeating what we did on this side. So you'll chain 5 again, skip 2 stitches, then in the third, single crochet. And then this last little bit here, we'll chain 3, skip 2 stitches, and single crochet. That's basically your first section. Chain 3, skip 2, chain 5, skip 2, chain 5, skip 3, then repeat chain 5, skip 2, chain 3, skip 2. Almost looks like knuckles. Anyway, that's going to be the section you'll be repeating again and again. So you'll repeat that again. Chain 3. Fighting with my yarn here. Chain 3, skip 2. In the third stitch, single crochet. Then chain 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip 2. Single crochet. Then for our middle section here, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and in the fourth stitch, single crochet. Then chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, skip 2, and single crochet. Then the last bit here, chain 3, skip 2, and then single crochet, which in my case is in the very last stitch. So you'll continue this down your whole row, and of course your very last stitch you should be ending the set with a single crochet. And as you can see here, same set, 3, chain of 3, chain of 5, 5, 5, 3. So you'll always be doing 3s on the ends and then chaining 5 in the middle 3 sections. And the middle 3 sections, the only difference is the very center one, you'll be skipping 3 instead of all the other ones where you skip 2. So continue that all the way down your beginning chain, and I will show you how to do row 2. Okay, for row 2, you'll begin by chaining 3, 1, 2, 3, then turn, and then you'll want to put a double crochet in the same stitch, which when you in the row you did a single crochet in the last stitch. So you chain 3, and then right into that single crochet in the beginning you'll put a double crochet. So you have the chain 3, which counts as a double crochet, and then a double crochet worked in this first stitch. Then you will want to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and then you'll skip over. This is the full set here. You'll skip over, this is your chain 3 section, to your first chain 5 section, and you'll put a single crochet in this middle of the chain 5. So you'll have 2 chains and 2 chains. In the center one, you will put a single crochet. And I know you're working in the back of the stitch instead of the front, so it can be difficult. So if you need to turn to look to see which is the middle stitch, then you can. And I just work it in the top stitch, a single crochet. you have your next section, which is this part where you skipped 3 stitches when you chained 5, which I told you was the middle section. On the chain 5 here, you're going to be working 9 double crochets into this space. So you're going to work 9 double crochets, sorry. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to move them down just a little bit. Give myself a little space. 7, this is 8, and 9. 9 double crochets worked into that one big space. Now, we'll want to now single crochet in the middle, just like you did here in this 5 space, this chain 5 space here. You want to do the exact same thing. You want to anchor on this side, basically, in the middle stitch. So single crochet here, giving you 2 chains on this side, 2 chains on this side. So single crochet in the middle of the 5. And then you'll want to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. And now, like I said, this is the set. You had this is the only place where you actually do a chain 3. And this is the end. And of course, when you begin the next set, you're going to begin with the chain 3 and then continue on to your next set. So here in the middle has created 2 sections where you have chain 3, and a single crochet in between. In this single crochet here, you want to work 3 double crochets. So you have your chain 3 here, and then in that single crochet, you'll want to work 3 double crochets. So 1, 2, and 3. And then you'll chain 3 again to start your next set, basically. So you'll do the same thing you did here, which is single crochet in the center of the chain 5. So you have 2 chains on this side, 2 chains on this side. Middle, you want to do a single crochet in this first chain 5. And then again, in this middle largest section here, you will want to work again your 9 double crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just make sure I have the, yes, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And again, find the middle of your chain 5 here. 2 on this side, 2 on this side. So this is the middle. And you'll be single crocheting to anchor that wave down, that fan. And then now, working in the single crochet at the very last, where here you have the 2, this is where it would be here, because you're going to be continuing. So you'll have a chain 3 section on this side and a chain 3 section on this side, and you'll of course do your 3 double crochets worked in the single crochet in between, and you'll keep continuing to do that all the way down the row. And when you get to the very end stitch, which is just going to be a single chain 3, because obviously you're done with the row, in this last single crochet of the row, you'll want to put 2 double crochets worked into this very last single crochet, giving you 2 at the beginning and 2 at the end. The chain 3 here counts as the first double crochet. So you'll have 2 on the beginning, 2 on the end, but you'll always have the 3 working down the center. So you'll want to continue that down the whole row. And again, I have a link to the diagram where I got the stitch pattern, and I encourage you to follow along as I go, which is going to make it so much easier for you to be able to put it all together in the sections and everything that I am talking about. And it's also going to be a really great tool for you to learn how to start reading graphs, because it's so important. There's so much that you can do if you just learn how to do that. So this site, which is called mypeacock.com, they have several diagrams, and this diagram is number 1 on their list. They have like 17 pages on lace stitch crochet patterns, and this is like I said, number 1. So you can click there and follow along if you like. So this is going to be the first row. So for row 3, you will chain 3 to begin. 1, 2, wait, actually, for row 3, you'll be chaining 1, and then you'll turn. Then you want to single crochet in the first 2 stitches. So these 2 double crochets here, you'll want to put a single crochet in the first one and a single crochet in the second one. Then you'll want to chain 1, and then now we're going to be working in these double crochets in this main center section. So you'll put a double crochet, and make sure you find the first double crochet, because sometimes this little section here will trick you in thinking that that's the first double crochet, but it's not. That's the chain 5 from last round that you just put a single crochet in at the top. So this section is just the chain 5. It's not a double crochet. Make sure you find the first double crochet and you put a double crochet on the top of it, and then chain 1. You're going to be putting 1 double crochet and chain 1 down all 9 double crochets of your fan. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I always counted because sometimes I would not be paying attention and I would always catch this one I wasn't supposed to use. But if you count every time you're doing your fans, making sure, even if you don't count as you do it, but you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You make sure you have your 9 double crochets and chain 1, which you'll always be doing a chain 1 after you do a double crochet, even the last one. Then you'll find your 3 double crochets here that you did last round, and you will put 1 single crochet in the top of each one of those double crochets. So 1, 2, and 3. Then again, you'll start your chain 1 and double crochet on your fan again. Double crochet 1, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. You'll be doing this all the way down for row 2. And like I said, you can count as you go, or count when you think you're done. And chain 1 after the last double crochet. And this is what it looks like. And you'll count your double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have my 9. And again, then you will go to the set of 3 double crochets from last round and put 1 single crochet in each of those stitches. Then you'll chain 1 and start your next fan. And when you get to the end, you will put a double crochet in the top of the last 2 stitches of the row. And that is how you complete your fan stitch. So that's the end of row 3. So for row 4, you want to chain 1 and turn. And you want to single crochet in the first stitch. And then chain 1. And now you're going to be doing a double crochet in your fan, just like you did last row. Doing a double crochet, chain 1, and all 9 of your double crochets again. So double crochet, chain 1, get to the next double crochet, do a double crochet, chain 1, do this for all 9 double crochets. Double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1. And I know I'm going a bit fast, so simply just pause the video if you haven't caught up to me. Like I said, all you're doing is double crochet, chain 1. And when you get done, count your double crochets, make sure you have 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. When you do, I forgot to do my chain after my double crochet there. Once you have your 9 double crochets in chain 1, then for this round, you will want to find the center of the 3 single crochets from last round and put a single crochet in the center of the 3. So you'll be skipping the first one, putting a single crochet, and you'll be skipping the last. So find that center one, put a single crochet. And then again, you'll want to chain 1 and then start working your fan again. Find your very first double crochet, which is this one, and put a double crochet, chain 1. And you'll be continuing to do the double crochet, chain 1 again down your whole fan, just like you did this one. Remember to always count to make sure you have 9 at the end, and put a single crochet in the center of the 3 double crochets from last round. Continue to do that all the way down your row. And when you get to the very last 2 single crochets here, you'll do just like you did at the beginning, is you put a single crochet in the very last stitch only. So you'll skip this first one, put a single crochet in the very last stitch only to end the round. Okay, I just got done with the end of row 4, and that completes the fan stitch, or the fan motif. After this, you're just going to be repeating what you did down here. And this very first part where you're doing your chains and spaces and everything on top of the fans is probably the most difficult part of this stitch. Once you've got this next row done, which I'm about to show you, it's going to be easy. You have 3 methods to help you. 1, the video, which I'm going to be showing you how to do it. 2, the diagram that I give you the link for. You can try to follow along. And 3, I have a step-by-step pattern with pictures on my site that can help you get through this. So feel free to use any of those methods to follow along to help you get through this next row if you're having difficulty. So we begin row 5 by chaining 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then turn. Okay, so you want to begin by skipping 3 stitches. Let me just get a little closer. So we're going to be skipping 3 stitches. This is our beginning stitch here. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3. And we are counting the chain stitches in between as a stitch. So sometimes I will just go skipping the first 2 double crochets and then going into this one. but that's typically further down. On the very first fan of my row, I will always go into this middle. So you have one double crochet and then the second double crochet. I go into the chain in between. So you can also count this first double crochet is 1, the double crochet here is 2, and then this is 3. So we begin row 5 by chaining 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then you'll want to turn. And then you'll want to skip 3 stitches. So this is our first fan here. You count the chains in between the stitches as a stitch. So this very first chain 1 is 1, then the double crochet is 2, and then the next chain is 3. So you'll be working your first single crochet in this second double crochet of the round. Just like that. So you have your first double crochet, second double crochet. You'll be working your single crochet at the top of the second double crochet. Then the second one, you'll be chaining 5. This is like here when you did your first chain 3 space. This basically is your chain 3 and your double crochet at the same time. So now you're ready to do your next space, which is always going to be a chain 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A chain 5, sorry. Always a chain 5. And then we're going to want to skip, let's see here, I'm looking at my pattern because I had to actually decide where I'm going to put this stuff. We're going to be skipping 2 stitches. So you'll skip this next double crochet, and then in this space after it is where we're going to be putting our next single crochet. So this chain 1 is 1 stitch, and this double crochet is 2 stitches. So 1, 2, and in this third stitch, which is the chain, you'll want to put a single crochet. Now we're going to be making our middle section here that we usually put our fan in. So chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is where we usually want to skip, make the biggest hole that we skip. So we're going to skip 3, and so I'm looking at my pictures. So we're going to be skipping this first double crochet, the chain, and then the next double crochet. So double crochet counts as 1, chain counts as 2, and the next double crochet counts as 3. So in the next stitch, which is this chain stitch, we're going to put a single crochet. And then again, you want to chain 5. And then you'll want to skip 2 stitches. And again, you'll be skipping this first double crochet and then the chain after it. And then the next double crochet, you'll be putting a single crochet. So now you'll have your first chain 3 area here, then you'll have your chain 5, chain 5, chain 5, and of course this middle one is where you're going to be working your main part of your fan. So of course the very last is our chain 3, 1, 2, 3 to end it. And the place where you connected is always going to be in between the fans here. We had this little section here, and last round you put a single crochet in the middle of the 3 double crochets. So in this single double crochet here, we're going to be working a double crochet. Let me just make sure, yes. So we're going to be putting 1 single double crochet here, worked in that single crochet from last round. So put 1 double crochet. I did this like a couple of shawls, but I still want to be 100% sure that I'm getting everything for you correctly. So after you put your double crochet, again, you're going to start your next 3 space on the opposite side. We're going to be repeating like our very first row that we did here. So you have your chain 3 space here, and again, count over 2 double crochets, 1, 2, and in the top of this double crochet I'm going to put my single crochet, and then chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then you'll skip 2 stitches, so you'll count this chain 1 space as 1, then the next double crochet is 2, and then this third stitch here, which is a chain, you'll put your single crochet, and I'm going under 2 loops, by the way, just to give it a stronger connection. So we have our chain 3 and our first chain 5 space. Now we're going to be making our center space, which is a chain 5, 3, 4, 5, and we want to skip 3 stitches. So first double crochet is 1, the chain is 2, and the next double crochet is 3. So in the next chain we're going to be putting a single crochet, and that gives us our center. And see, it's kind of aligned because you're going to be having it in a row. Then the next chain 5 space you'll be skipping 2, so you'll skip the double crochet in the chain and then work it in the next double crochet. You'll put a single crochet, and then for the final section, which is a chain 3 space, you'll chain 3, and then again you'll be working in that center single crochet and putting a double crochet there, and then you'll work your next chain 3 and just keep repeating. And when you get to the end, like I am here, you'll want to work a double crochet into this last single crochet, and that's how you do row 5. And that's probably the most difficult row there is. But as you can see, this is your chain 3, this is your chain 3, and then of course next to your chain 3s you'll always have your chain 5s, and then your middle chain 5, which is always the widest. You'll always skip 3, just like you did at the beginning. When you skipped 3 chains, it's going to be the same for this one. And as you can see on the one that I did here, all the fans are stacked in a row. See, there's one main one, then there's the next, the next, the next. It's all in a row, hence the name, the fans in a row. So when you get done in your 5th row and you're ready to start your 6th row, let me just scroll down my pattern here. Okay, on my pattern here I write to repeat rows 2 through 5 until you have 15 completed rows of fans. So this is one fan, not counting the chain at the top. This is one whole fan, and I did a total of 15 of these to complete my shawl, which I think was nice. I stopped when it got down to my back because I didn't really want it to go past my butt. But if you want, you can just keep adding more and more and more rows until you get it as much as you want. But just keep in mind it takes more yarn. And I used a total of 5 skeins on this. So if you want to have a really long, almost like a small blanket kind of thing, then you definitely want to get 4 or 5 skeins. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how you get this repeated. So after you've done, you can back up on the pattern as well, and you could see where I showed you how to do row 1. And for row 2 we did my main light went out on me. So you'll want to do chain 3 and turn. And then again in the very first stitch you will want to do a double crochet into that same stitch again. And then you will chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And then this is your chain 3 space. So now we're going to be working into our first chain 5 space. And just like we did originally, we find that middle chain. So you have 2 chains on this side, 2 chains on this side. Find that middle chain here and do a single crochet. And then now in the big large middle spot here, which is the same as this big spot here, you're going to be working your 9 double crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And now we're going to anchor our fan here. By our next chain 5 space, we'll find that middle chain again and do a single crochet. And now here we've come to our chain 3 section, which is what we're going to do now. So chain 3, and in the top of this double crochet, you want to work 3 double crochets. So 1, 2, and 3. Then again, you'll want to repeat by chaining 3, and then find the center of your chain 5 space. So 2 chains on this side, 2 chains on this side. This is going to be my center chain, and do a single crochet there. Then you'll be repeating in your center one here by putting 9 double crochets. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And every time you get done with a fan, always anchor it on the other side using your other chain 5 space. Find the center chain of the 5 and do a single crochet. And then you're here in your last chain 3 space, so you're going to be ending. So you'll chain 3, and you will be working again 3 double crochets into that single double crochet that you did from the previous round. And when you get to the end of the row, you'll count up 1, 2, 3. Just make sure here, yes, in the 3rd chain. So you can count from the bottom stitch, 1, 2, 3, and in this 3rd chain, you'll want to put 2, just like you did at the very beginning. You have your 2 double crochets here. You'll also be ending with 2 double crochets. So working in that 3rd chain, you'll want to double crochet 1 and 2. And that's the beginning of your 2nd fan. And then you can rewind the video if you need and just continue to repeat those rows over and over again. So the next one, you're going to be doing your chain 1 and double crocheting across your fan. The next 2 rows, you'll be working those, making this nice fan stitch. So that is it. And I still encourage you to please check out the link to the diagram so that you can follow along and really learn how to read a graph. I think it's very, very important for anyone, especially because there's so many stitch patterns out there you can do if you just learn how to follow a graph. So I very much encourage you to do that. So you just continue to follow those the rounds 2 through 5 until you get 15 completed, or until you have your shawl as wide as you want. So that is it. That is how you make the Fans in a Row shawl. If you liked this tutorial, please don't forget to like and share this video, and please don't forget to subscribe. And as always, you can find patterns with detailed pictures of how to do this on my site on www.meladorascreations.com. You can find all the links in the description below. Thank you so much for watching.